What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Hardcore Casual. It's about 12. It's 6 minutes to 1 here in the States for all my UK fans out there. Man, it's been sitting on in my crawl for a minute now, and it's the Breakfast Club interview Anthony Joshua did. And the thing that's burning me up now. I watched this a couple times, so it's not, it's more of a pick apart than a reaction. And something that's getting me is, and I think this is going to be something that happens a lot over here with certain interviewers. The narrative that Josh was some type of punk, that he's scared to fight the real champion or the American champion is it's going to be something that is pushed a lot here. I think there still are going to be people that believes that Josh was somehow scared of Wilder, that he ducked, and well, not some people. I think that there's going to be some media outlets that try to push that narrative onto the American public and try to discredit Joshua and preference for Wilder. And this is where the corporate involvement and stakes in keeping the belt here in America is most evident, in my opinion. And that's what I want to talk about today. And because it's like, okay, I'm going to start this video about 9 minutes and 50 seconds, and about 10 minutes in, I'm going to start breaking it down from there. And you'll see, just look at Charlemagne's face and look at the questions that he's asking as the video progresses. Okay, I'm gonna pause it. I'll go to the next part to make my point and play it from there. It's not going to be a full playthrough. I'm gonna try to do it in a way where they don't flag it and take it down. I don't know what the rules are about that and shit, but I'm a working guy. I'm not a videographer, no shit like that. So I'm gonna do my best, and we're gonna start right now. So let's go ahead and we're gonna go through this first question. Let's see, let me move my box a little bit here. I'm gonna have to keep my box in there, y'all. I do know that much. I do know that I gotta keep my box in here. Okay.
You keep hitting on walls and messing up your hands,
They're messed up anyway.
You're not going to be able to secure the future the way you want. You got to
hold on, let me go back a little bit, because I think it's a little bit before this. Okay, we're going to start about right here, and let's see it show.
Because they made some mistakes, they had it tough. My generation have to work hard because we still got the energy, and the younger generation, I want to make sure they have a good education. And it's just connecting all the dots and having everyone understand that no one problem is bigger than all of us. So we have to kind of balance ideas and what we're going through. So that's
well, if you keep hitting on walls and messing up your hands,
they're messed up anyway.
You're not gonna be able to secure the future the way you want. You got a few more fights in.
Yeah, they're messed up anyway.
Now, are you scared to lose this lifestyle you're living by fighting a real champion?
No, it's not so much the lifestyle I'm living. I feel I'm definitely scared to lose the lifestyle I'm living because.
And see, now that's one. See, and I'm gonna let Joshua finish answering for himself before I move along. But okay, so. You see how Joshua is talking about setting his family up, and before that he talks about how, moves are calculated to achieve that goal, to achieve that end, and that's why his moves are planned and stuff, and everybody should do that, and I agree with them. But we'll see how the ignorant nigga Charlemagne, how the ignorant nigga brain works. And Charlemagne is he just all the good shit just goes on one ear and straight out the other, and he listens to absolutely nothing that fucking Joshua has to say, and you can tell by the first fucking question he asked him. You know what I'm saying? Is he scared to lose the lifestyle? First of all, if Joshua loses in the ring, if Joshua loses his next 5 fights, he will not lose his lifestyle. Okay, he's an already secured generational wealth. Okay, I don't know if people understand this. Let's take the $80 million or the $100 million Tyson Fury just signed with ESPN. That bag is secure. That's not including what Tyson Fury will make inside the ring. The purse for the individual fights that are outlined within the contract. Okay, so he got the 80 million. That's just to broadcast his fights on ESPN. Then he'll also get whatever the purse is. So say if he fights Joshua for $20 million, he'll get that as well. So, you know, that's not the end of the bag. That's just the beginning. So Joshua been had deals like that in place with the Zone, Sky Sports, and other places. So his bag been secure. His lifestyle is set. That's not. Nobody can take that from him.
The world isn't set up for us to make it and keep it. So I get that. So I've got to be smart. But in terms of fighting a real champion.
That was a little stab. Like, you ain't fighting no real champion.
We're going to get to that. That's what I'm saying. We're getting to that. Yeah, it's good. This is what we're here for as well.
$20 you punch me in the face. It's going to keep going up.
Okay, y'all, I wanted to fast forward a little bit past the bullshit. You didn't miss nothing. Now, it's very important to listen to what Josh would say right here in his own words, okay? Because this is going... Now, of course, Charlemagne, this means nothing to Chestermaine the God. That's his new name, Chestermaine, okay? It means nothing to Chestermaine the God, but we're going to listen to it anyway.
Platforms and speak about what we do. So, if you just look at the stats and the facts, I've outperformed, beaten better champions, been in the game less time, changed the game, with that being said, and I just feel like none of these guys can compete with me when it comes to stats and facts. They can talk a good game, as we saw yesterday as well. They can really talk a good game, which is good. We need the entertainment of the business. But when it just comes down to nitty-gritty stats and facts, I'm levels above, and the paperwork shows it as well.
I just think right now you have Luis Ortiz out there.
He's a good fighter.
Tyson Fury.
Good fighter.
You have Deontay Wilder.
Good fighter.
Why fight Big Baby Miller at this point in your career if you want to be looked at as one of the elite? If they look at you as one of the elite, why not fight one of those three?
I agree with you. It's a good question.
Motherfucking there. Right motherfucking there. That's the point where Joshua should have knuckle slapped the shit out of Charlemagne and be like, listen, man, I ain't about to goddamn take too much motherfucking lip and stupid ass questions from a motherfucking accused, alleged fucking child rapist like you. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, you know why that fight ain't been made. Because your bitch ass champion ain't signed a motherfucking contract. You know what I'm saying? Now, we ain't gonna talk too much shit about Tyson Fury because Tyson ain't ready for Joshua yet. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, a half-ass Tyson Fury can whoop a motherfucking Deontay Wilder's ass, but a half-ass Tyson Fury ain't ready to step in the ring with a motherfucking elite animal like Anthony Joshua, okay? So that's motherfucking the point right there. You know what I'm saying? I don't see you asking motherfucking Deontay Wilder how come his bitch motherfucking ass is willing to fight Tyson Fury next instead of passing up the opportunity to knock out the motherfucking man goddamn that you motherfucking hate so goddamn much, that you think is so much of a motherfucking punk, that you think is so much of a motherfucking bitch, that you think is so much of a motherfucking coddled, soft, protected ass motherfucking champion. If you really motherfucking believe all that shit, why the fuck ain't you goddamn stepping up to goddamn fight him? And that should have been the motherfucking question, but he's gonna continue to push this motherfucking narrative. Tito Ortiz, old ass Ortiz, the only goddamn reason motherfuckers is mentioning Ortiz is because Wilder fought him. Before that fight, you didn't hear shit about Ortiz either. Why? Because he hadn't really fought any goddamn guy either. He fought Jennings, and that's motherfucking it. Get the fuck out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I'm going to let Joshua answer this shit, and then we're going to move on to the next point.
If you look at yesterday, right, how it's got everyone talking about it in our industry. It's a perfect move to come to the USA and fight. Like, fighting in MSG, he's from Brooklyn, New York, so it made sense to fight. And then once I established myself here, then we look straight at the Luis Ortiz is if Wilder or Fury isn't ready, because
and what Josh was doing is trying to be nice. He's trying to be nice and politically correct because the face of the sport matters to him. He said that earlier in the video, you know, like about, you know, companies wanting to attach themselves to certain things and all that bullshit, and that the shenanigans, like what you seen Baby Miller do at the press conference, is not what they want to attach to. And about that press conference, I just want to say real quick, I might do a video on it, but little segue real quick. Miller lost the fight at that press conference, y'all. That shit, when he turned around and he walked off, that's when he lost the fight. Scared man don't run. Scared man don't run.
My strategy was to fight Wilder in April, because he was about this one face, one name champion. So we was like, all right, cool. Wilder has earned £10, we're going to offer him X. He wants all the belts, we've got all the belts, biggest stadium, but he wasn't interested. So now what we've done, we've come to the States as well to show that if you don't want to do it on our turf, we can come here and we can box on your turf as well. So it's just a power move as well as a passionate move for the love of the sport. And then once I get Big Baby out of the way, if Wilder and Fury are still not interested because they was talking about blacklisting me, they don't really want me to be leading the pack as such in terms of negotiations, which is weird to me because there's enough for everyone to eat, then I can look at straight directly at Luis Ortiz, because that's the next guy that I feel like once I've broken the market in the USA, he's a good fighter to fight.
I'm talking about Big Baby like he trash. Man. I was gonna tell you that.
He's not on Luis Ortiz, Tyson Fury.
And anyway, you know, he's gonna act like he didn't hear anything about this blacklist. Charlemagne don't know nothing about that, and every time Josh would mention it, he don't say nothing about it. He does not criticize them or anything. Envy do, but not him, not one motherfucking time. I'm a positive, guys, and I'll catch you on the other side. Okay, y'all. Now, Charlemagne gives his opinion here, and I don't care about that, but everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody has one, but he's being completely objective. His opinion is keeping him from being objective right now, and that's what's happening. See, and so we'll go ahead and play that.
No two ways about it.
Well, I'm on record as saying I don't think you can beat any of those guys. Ortiz, Fury, or Wilder.
But that's why
right now.
The man gets...
Okay, and see, nothing wrong with that. You can believe whoever, you know what I'm saying, but the problem is when you fail to see the evidence, when you're so much of a fan, or you hate the other guy so much that you fail to see anything else in front of you. And that's what I'm having a problem with, because if you are a true boxing fan, when you look at the facts and the stats, the only reason you can say you don't like Joshua, or he's no good, or he hasn't fought anybody, or he's whatever, is because you would have to first say, I just don't like him because I don't like him. I like this guy better. Okay? You know, because you know what? I'm a big ass Joshua fan, but I can't wait to see him fight the South African guy, the other Nigerian guy, Abajiba. I don't want to fuck his name up because he's a motherfucking animal. Abajaba, I don't know his name. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce. I'm gonna get it better because I don't want to be disrespectful at all. That's not it. Dude's a beast. The president is what he called himself. My man on the block, the boxing block center, he talks about him, and that's how I found out about him, man. Joshua, now when Joshua fight that dude, then that's going, shit, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be when I'm sitting there like, I don't know, Joshua, you know, depending on what he do so far, like when he work his way up, when he's ready to fight for a championship, because I think he will be, you know what I'm saying, that's when I'm going to be looking at it real. I'm not going to be just a Joshua fanboy. I'm a fan, because I'm a fan of boxing, man, and that's what's real, man. But let me go on through, because there's a couple more points I want to make, and I don't want to make this too long. Alright, y'all. Now, Josh was about to make a really good point, a really valid point. And he's gonna make this point. We're gonna see what happens if that matters at all to Charlemagne, who's, you know, there to push this fucking bullshit ass narrative about Joshua being scared and some type of protected fighter and all that shit, some type of pretty boy to the public. We'll watch him push this bullshit, even though the facts and stats don't back that up, even though there's no motherfucking evidence to support it. Let's watch.
Envy and hate because why him? But I was saying, but you guys have been professional 10, 15 years and never made the move to fight anyone. Tyson Fury fought Vladimir Klitschko, one fight, and now became a boxing god. But he's been professional 11 years, and I'm thinking, what took these boys so long to grow some nuts?
To let their nuts down.
And let their nuts down. When we come in and done it in 4 years, when it took them 10 years. So I just know that, like, stats and facts, I'm just levels above because I got the balls and the skill.
Wilder's last 2 fights, though, he fought Ortiz, tough fight, fought Fury, tough fight. Those 2 hard back-to-back fights.
They are hard back-to-back fights.
That's almost laughable. Now, once again, he should have knuckle slapped him. He should have just reached over there and knuckle slapped him until blood ran down his nose. Because, and I'm sorry, I ain't trying to advocate violence, man, but, you know, I just got a low bar, low tolerance for dumb shit, and this is the dumbest shit. The man just sat there and spoke on his whole career, what he's done, his body of work through his whole career. And just like I said, it was straight up ignored in one ear, out the other, and talk about Wilder's last 2 fights. Wilder's last 2 fights, man. We're going to let Joshua reply.
But and I think he realised that if he wants to get the respect as a champion, he can't have 38 fights, 40 fights without fighting no incredible. So I think he's realised that, you know, I want to be popular in the States, I want to hang around with the athletes and the movie stars, and to get the respect amongst people in my own industry, I need to fight people. So it's taken him 10 years to grow that confidence, which is fine, but now he's here and he's got a young champion coming through. We have been negotiating, trying to get this fight made, and I'm sure it will happen because we're in the same era, same division. There's no reason why it can't happen. It's just timing, unfortunately.
We feel that same way about you, though. We saw you fight Klitschko, but I mean, who since then?
So
Parker?
So what happens is that, so
now see, when he says that we feel the same way about you, he's talking about him. And I guess I'm a hardcore casual. I guess super casual fans might feel that way because they don't know Parker was an undefeated IBF champion at the time. They don't know that. They don't know Dylan White was undefeated at the time. Dominic Brazil was undefeated. They don't who did he beat for the his other belt? Charles Martin, Klitschko, Povetkin. They don't know about Povetkin's record. They don't know who these guys are. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, it's easy to minimize them and downplay their achievements because they don't know who they are. They don't know that Joshua done fought more top 10 opponents in his 5 years and his 22 fights or 23 fights than Wilder has in 40. They don't realize that, so they want to push this shit to the people that just because you don't know who a motherfucking fighter is, don't mean that fighter ain't no good. That's us. That's the Americans not paying attention to the fight game. See, we don't have no goddamn good fighters here, is what the problem is. So let's go ahead and let Joshua take him.
So I fought in my 16th fight, took the title, defended it against Dominic Brazil, who Wilder's probably going to fight next. So it's like, why are you going backwards? But anyway, so fought Brazil, defended it against, I was supposed to fight Klitschko straight after. Defended it against Molina because Klitschko pulled out of an injury. Bang, Klitschko. So now I had my hand on 1 belt. 3 fights later, I took another belt. Defended it against another fighter. Beat Parker, took his belt. So now I'm saying I've collected everything. So it's like Lord of the Rings. I've got all 4. Wilder, come and see me. if you think you're the best in the world and the king of the division, come and beat me and prove it, and then you can run wild and be the, you know, negotiate them crazy terms that you're talking about. So I just felt like if you're the best in the world and you truly believe it, come and see me. Let's get pen to paper, and then you have a chance of fighting in front of 100,000 people, payday, all the belts, and you can prove to the world you are the best. But it's just been a bit difficult.
Now, what were the crazy terms? Because Wilder said he was willing to come fight on your turf. He said he was willing to take less money. What was the problem?
That's the thing. I couldn't even tell
Listen,
you.
man,
That's what I'm baffled about. So, as I said, April 13th,
because we know the problem was Wilder went and signed the contract, and it's bullshit.
If you hear what he says sometimes, guys, we're trying to contact our management, but we're not interested. Tyson Fury, that's the guy we want. But then I'm saying, but it was about one face, one name, one champion. But I can't really control what Wilder says or what he does. Just know, say that when he's ready.
Alright, y'all, so this part is when they play the Deontay Wilder clip, and, you know, because of course he didn't hear anything Joshua had to say about the negotiations, okay? That part, he goes right on to ask him, did you see what Deontay Wilder said when he was on the Breakfast Club? So I want to play this because this shit needs to be deaded again once and for all.
Did you hear when he was on the Breakfast Club?
I've heard a lot of his interviews. I'll definitely listen to it now.
But we got it right.
We got it right here. We got you.
I had to deal with Sky Sports. They wanted me to come over and commentate for them. And I told them I come on one condition. And the terms was I get in the ring with Joshua at the end of the night.
So we talked about the Sky Sports thing. So I said the only time I've let someone in the ring after the fight is when I signed the deal. So Klitschko got in the ring with me. Because we had a deal signed. It was like, let's get him in the ring after I win. And now we promote the fight, saying the date's set, the fight's set. Wilder wanted to come without signing no contract. I said, why are you getting in the ring? This ain't about building profiles or hype. If you're serious and you want to get in the ring, let the world know we've got a fight. If you're not serious and you haven't signed the fight, there's no need to get in the ring. Because this is my show.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it was just like, sign the contract, let's do the deal, then get in the ring and we'll announce to the world that, listen, the next two champions...
Now, you heard everybody say it makes sense. You ain't hear shit from Charlemagne, right? From Chestermaine. We ain't hear shit from Chestermaine.
The fight's already big. We don't need to...
Let's not waste no promos.
Right.
Yeah, that's all it was. So that was that situation. That was my view on that situation.
I like how you're producing this. Tell them, bro.
Then, you know, a couple of days later...
Man, this bullshit. Alright, okay. Then we're going to catch y'all on the other side of the pause. And we're... Alright, now, Charlemagne, on this part, of course, you know, Joshua once again runs through the negotiations in the 50 million. And we'll see how Joshua, how Charlemagne completely just ignores all that and continues with the fucking narrative, okay? And now this is the Eddie Hearn narrative, okay? Now this is a narrative that you can only find in one place, and that's YouTube. That's the PBC, that's the LDBC. This is their narrative about Eddie Hearn, okay? And so now Charlemagne gonna take that and try to put that into the mainstream.
Over in the UK, April 13th. Made him an offer, and then he said that he wanted to blacklist me and fight Tyson Fury, and that was the situation.
Lennox Lewis said it's your promoter, Eddie Hearn's, bad decisions that caused the Wilder fight not to happen.
No, Eddie Hearn, in my opinion, he's done a phenomenal job to bring boxing back. He's taken over the game. But I'm not really into, like, it's hard to say he said, she said. Of course, look, it's my fault as well and his fault. I'm not going to say it's all him and I'm sitting here ready because...
That's bullshit. It's not Joshua's fault, okay? It's not. And I don't give a fuck if he did just say that. He's trying to be politically correct now, and he's just trying to pander to the American audience a little bit because he's here, and he just wanted dead to beat. He don't want no problems. He just want to get the fight made. That's where he is. He's just trying to say, hey, look, let's just say it's everybody's fault and get the fight made. And I'm going to play a little bit more of this because we just going to see what Charlemagne's reaction to this is.
How's it your fault?
The fight hasn't been made. Somewhere along the line, maybe I didn't make the right offer or something. Like, do you know what I mean? So it's a bit of both of us as well. So he didn't like certain things.
He just made that part up. When Charlemagne asked him, how is it your fault? You see how his eyes kind of went down, and then he came back up and said, because the fight hasn't been made. That was Joshua being the bigger man. That's like, you know, the buck stop here type of move. Hey, look, I'm the guy, so obviously if the fight hadn't been made, then I got to take some of the responsibility. That's what that was. And so I'm going to go ahead and catch y'all once again on the other side of the pause. Okay, guys, I just want one more. Again, here's another example of the Eddie Hearn narrative being pushed into the mainstream by Charlemagne.
Fury will all connect the dots sooner or later.
I know it's a strategy, and they're building up the brand in Anthony Joshua, but do you think Eddie Hearns believes in you the way he says he does? Because he won't put you in the ring with any of those guys right now.
I just feel like we made the offers. Like, we made Tyson Fury big offer to fight April 13th. He said he wasn't interested in no percentage splits. Give him a flat fee.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
They made the offers to fight these guys.
That was last April or this April coming?
This April coming. This April.
Okay, now, Charlemagne's acting surprised, but everybody, like, we know that. If you really care about boxing and you really care to look into what's going on with these fights, then you already know that. That's how we know, okay, you're just a casual, and you're up there just listening to the LDBC and the PBC on YouTube, and that's where the fuck you got your questions at. That's where you got your whole point of view. You're not thinking with the Charlemagne brain. This ain't the Charlemagne brain. This is the LDBC brain thinking for you. And you're just bringing it into the studio and you're regurgitating it to this champion who should really knuckle slap the fuck out of you. Joshua, you can hire me to goddamn knuckle slap motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck who it is, famous or not. I will knuckle slap them motherfuckers, man. Especially if I got the champ behind me. Champ say knuckle slap. Kalau. I knuckle slap. Man, fuck that. And if you take it to the next level, goddamn, I got the champ right here, man. Fuck y'all, man. Y'all, and that's just this bullshit ass narrative, this LBC shit. And, you know, he's acting surprised. He acts surprised about what he just said about Tyson Fury, but watch what happened just a little bit later.
It doesn't seem like he's scared.
That's surprising coming from Fury.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. Wait. It's not here. I'm going to fast forward it, and I'm going to cut y'all on the other side of this pause. Okay, y'all. This is the biggest lie that Charlemagne is going to say through the whole interview. I want y'all to listen closely.
Just feel like they want big rewards for less risk.
But they're getting it, though.
That's my point as well.
Yeah.
That's my point.
But they're getting it? When did Wilder get any big reward? Okay, he got, what, say 12, 16 million, between 12 and 16 million for the Fury fight, his biggest payday ever. The last offer Joshua made him, before that was 15 million ever, that was back in September. Since then, he's offered Wilder up to $40 million. The same with Fury. Okay, Fury just signed an $80 million deal. That was a broadcasting deal. Broadcasting. What fighter is still going to yield them $20 million purse? What fighter? What heavyweight is going to get Fury that much money? Now ESPN is behind them. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to translate to the purse. We'll see. Because that's still, you know, that's still going to be about, you know, what you can bring to the table. And Tyson Fury can only bring so much by himself. He's still going to have to bring somebody else in there. Wilder's has never been a moneymaker. Wilder calls where Anthony Joshua offers him slave wages, and then he fights Tyson Fury for less because, you know, well, it could have been as low as like $8 million that he got for that fight. So, you know, what the fuck? You know, how are they getting anything? Fucking Tyson Fury just now got a broadcasting deal. And they used Joshua's, Deontay Wilder more than Fury. They used Joshua's name to boost up the whole shit. So, anyway, just one more point I'm going to make. One or two more, guys, and I'm going to close this out. It's already going long enough. Alright guys, I'm sorry, there's 2 more points. This right here, Charlemagne finally acknowledges the blacklist, okay? And I want y'all to hear this.
So I'm just caught in the middle of what is holding this fight up, but I just feel like these guys shouldn't blacklist me out of the situation because I'm the one with the majority of the belts.
So how can they even? I don't see how they can do that, though. How can they blacklist you? You got the belts. Wilder got the belts.
Yeah.
How can they blacklist you?
Alright, I'm gonna let Joshua speak for himself, but see, this is just Charlemagne playing stupid. And I don't know, in the UK, I know I got a lot of UK supporters. This is a big radio show over here in America. This is like one of the #1 urban radio shows there is, especially in the black community. This is a pretty popular show here, and even the way it's worded, I got a screenshot. I'll put it up in a little bit. When I go to edit, it'll be right there. It's going to be right there, and it's going. I'll put it right here over Charlemagne's face momentarily. And it says Anthony Joshua talks Jarrell Miller answering to Deontay Wilder. You see how that's worded? He's answering to Deontay Wilder. This is the motherfucking 4-time heavyweight champion. He don't answer to no motherfucking body. He's a 4-division heavyweight champion. He don't answer to no motherfucking body, man. And they word it like that. All that shit is intentional to paint Anthony Joshua in a certain light, and I can't wait for him to knock every motherfucking one of these American heavyweights motherfucking teeth out. I can't wait till he do it. But let Joshua.
So it's just like so I feel like I'm only champion until June the 1st. So I've got to go out and defend my belt. But I feel like blacklist me to say now he can go and fight someone like Dominic Breazeale who isn't so much of a threat. Stay champion. It's good to be champion. You know, and just stay relevant, and then when the time comes, the division will change. Who knows what will happen June 1st, and then maybe Big Baby Miller. Yeah, I want to fight Big Baby Miller for all the belts now because he gets the big reward. Wilder's the A side, less risk. So it's just strategic and time. And that's what I've always realised is that what I do today may not make sense, but in 5 years it will. So what they're doing today, they're definitely these guys are smart who represent Wilder and Fury, and Wilder and Fury are smart themselves. So they,
and once again, he's being politically correct in his answer, and so one more time, pause it on the other side of the pause. I'll catch y'all. Alright guys, this is the last point that I'm gonna cover in this video, and I highly recommend that y'all watch it because there's a lot of good things that I'm gonna leave out. For instance, he asked Joshua why would he bypass even after he goes through all the contract and how nobody signed it. He still asked why would he bypass all those guys, Luis Ortiz and everybody, to fight Big Baby Miller. And so he talks about that. Joshua talks about, you know, basically his early life, how he got into boxing, and you know, like why he moves like he moves. It's a really good interview if you get past Charlemagne's bullshit. What this video is for. That's probably what I'll name it. A guide through Charlemagne's bullshit. And so this is the last point I want to make in this video, okay? I'm going to let y'all listen to it, okay?
You know, they got other options. They're interested in fighting Fury and Wilder #2. When there's no belts on the line, you can't come and become, undisputed champion of the world. So
is it the right time for you, though?
Yeah, definitely.
You sure?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Why not? No stress for me. I've got another 10 years in the game. These guys have had 40 fights for 10 years.
You saying no stress, but you got bloody fingers.
Yeah.
And you see, that's the shit right there. Once again, despite everything, now we're 28 minutes, 17 seconds into the video. And despite every motherfucking thing that Joshua said to this man, this peanut head ass motherfucker, it does not matter. He's going to still toe the line. He's going to still push that same narrative. And that's the bullshit. So if you can just keep those things in mind when watching the interview. This is just, you know, the company man narrative. This is the American trying to paint Joshua as some type of coward or coddled champion or something. I don't understand it, but you know, that's what it is, man. And I'm not gonna make this video too long, so I'm going to end it here. I'm gonna pause one more time. I want to make sure I ain't leave anything out, but that's probably gonna be it, man. Yeah, fellas, that's about it. That's all I want to talk to. But like I say, go ahead and check the video out. Like I say, he talks about the push with Big Baby Miller. He talks about a lot of good shit. Yeah, if you can get through Charlemagne'S bullshit, it's a good video, interview. So, all right, y'all, THC, and you know, we out. 1.